You ever seen this flower?
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, how you doing?
Good.
You ever seen this flower?
No.
It's called Kimilsungia. Find out all about it. Hello. Have you seen this flower? Have you seen this flower?
I think so. I don't know.
You can't get it in America.
Okay.
It's called Kimilsungia.
Oh.
Yeah, North Korea.
Yeah.
It's grown all over North Korea because in 1964, Kim Il-sung went to Indonesia and they were growing this flower, and President Sukarno named it after Kim Il-sung as a symbol of eternal friendship between Indonesia and North Korea.
Okay.
This is Penny Arcos, the regional captain for the Minnesota chapter of Center for Political Innovation. I've been out here at the University of Minnesota passing out these books for a couple hours about the Kim Il-sungia flower. Had a lot of positive reactions. Most people were curious. They don't know much about North Korea, but they were willing to learn. It's called Kim Il-sungia. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it grows all over North Korea. In 1964, Carl Ludwig was growing it in Indonesia. And Kim Il-sung visited Indonesia and saw how beautiful it was. And so Sukarno, the president, decided to name it after Kim Il-sung as a symbol of eternal friendship between Indonesia and North Korea. And shortly after that visit, America overthrew Indonesia. Hello. Have you ever seen this flower?
No.
It's called Kim Il-sungia. CIA gave the information to the military to slaughter thousands of Chinese ethnic people and the supporters of Sukarno because he had been a populist leader. He built infrastructure and schools and wiped out illiteracy. Obama's mother brought him to Indonesia where he married his stepfather, and they were part of this slaughter.
What organization is it?
Center for Political Innovation.
All right.
Have you ever heard of it?
Left wing, center, right wing.
Well, we are innovationists, so we don't claim left wing, right. We claim that we want a government of action that fights for working families so that nations can develop and trade with each other instead of having forever wars. And we can break free from the world that's run by Wall Street and London and have innovation for everyone.
Siblings might support it.
Okay.
Because they're kind of...
This is a monument they built in Senegal for their struggle, for their freedom against the colonialism, when they broke free of colonialism. And they made a monument in Senegal for their independence. They supported the Black Panthers and Cuba. North Korea supported the Black Panthers in their struggle against the FBI and repression. So the economic system, World Economic Forum, they want you to live in a pod and eat bugs, right? Mm-hmm. And they want everyone to depopulate and degrow and hold back. But we understand that humans are creative and they want to grow. And despite all these wars, we have optimism. Mm-hmm. They call them dictators because they have an economic system that is not dominated by Wall Street. Are you going to school here?
I am, yeah.
What are you studying?
American Studies.
American Studies?
Yeah.
So what does that translate to in the real world?
History.
History. So you'd be a history teacher?
Probably not. I don't like academia anymore.
You've heard of Free Palestine, right? Everybody says Free Palestine. Well, they supported the Palestinian struggle against the imperialist globalist system. The ambassador of Palestine to North Korea and his wife were unable to conceive. And so what's really sweet is that Kim Il-sung sent a fertility expert to help them conceive. And that's their daughter, Jendele, which is named after another flower. And then this is about the Iran war. Democrats and Republicans are complicit. And
I agree.
The Greater Israel, we support a peace bridge across Russia and Alaska for development instead of war.
Awesome.
What's your name? The economic system that has broken free from Wall Street, we call it anti-imperialism. The economic system is globalism, imperialism, Wall Street, big banks that are waging all these wars to keep people down and keep it from developing like they're doing in West Africa right now. Yeah. But China broke free. They were controlled by the Japanese invaded, the British invaded. They broke free and they built 31,000 miles of high-speed rail. They have 5-year economic plans. What's happening to our bridges in America?
I don't know.
They're falling apart. Right? They're not investing. Right? In that bridge. Right? Yeah. The Kerch Bridge from Russia to Crimea, it's indestructible. No matter how much Ukraine tries to destroy it with bombs, it's indestructible. We advocate for building a peace bridge from Russia to Alaska. And that's what the peace talks have been about. And hopefully these peace talks will have fruit this time. This is a project that's been in the works for many, many, many years. Instead of war with Russia, we would have development poles all across Alaska and Russia, and that would build the economy and just amazing stuff. And we have workshops.
Stop you, but I consider myself politically neutral, and we are Bible students.
Oh.
We promote God's kingdom as the solution to the problems that we're seeing in the world, as far as governments fighting governments. We're all God's people, all across the globe.
Yeah.
And so we have a global brotherhood. We have people in every country across the globe.
Yeah.
And so we promote that versus, man's government, which is so divided.
You're true. And part of that is we believe that God is the creator of all beings, and that human beings have a creative spirit. We want to innovate. We want to create. And the economic system that's run by Wall Street is holding that back. They want everyone to degrow and depopulate and live in a pod and eat bugs. And we do promote the spiritual aspect of human growth. And we do believe that there is a spiritual connection.
Yeah.
And we want...
And that no one race is better than another race.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You're right. And so we have a vision for America. We were outside the jail for Maduro, saying free Maduro. And when the siege on Palestine began, no jobs and schools for America, not weapons for Israel. So we want people to understand it's about the economic system. And we have a vision for America to just make it beautiful and everybody be able to get along. And we support countries that are breaking free of imperialism and globalism. So our founder has a vision for America that's bright and optimistic instead of all these wars. We want to partner with that system and have mass mobilization to rebuild the country. Get all the unemployed, get all the troops home, build our bridges, build our schools, public ownership of natural resources so we can sell the timber and the gold and the oil on the market and invest in education and healthcare, and public control of the banks. Right now we have a private bank called the Federal Reserve that lends money at interest. All these taxes are just going to the interest on the debt. And then Trump wants to $1.5 trillion for war, right? And because that's the only thing our economy is based on is war.
Yeah, we just sent all the money to go for the war, but then there's so many people in debt, there's so many people without homes, without food, and then there's little kids struggling.
Exactly, and that's because Wall Street owns our politics. And of course, the Zionist regime. We have a leader who has been around the world supporting anti-colonial, anti-imperial movements. He has spoken with Putin about the African People's Socialist Party. You remember Uhuru got raided and when Trump got raided, right? We support them. And he interviewed Ibrahim Raisi before he was mysteriously unalived. His family, Charles Finney, was a Christian pastor who was part of the mass movement of Christians against slavery. And so we're spreading a mission of hope. Instead of Wall Street that's holding back development and making all these countries poor, we want to ally with countries that are breaking free and break America free. You can, if you want to scan that, you can, or it's yeah.
Okay.
And we have a 4-point economic plan to rebuild America.
Yes, I have to run, but I'll definitely read it.
Yeah,
It's nice
yeah.
to meet you.
What's your name? In the end, everybody was very receptive to our economic plan, and they understood that Wall Street is holding us back and they don't want these wars, and they do want development. Especially we have all these kids that are studying and are going to be in debt for the rest of their lives, and they want to study and they want to grow and they want to learn, and that's what the human spirit is about. So it's been a great run.